Pepper.
What's happening, everybody? I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays. This is another round of MLB Total Chaos. It's going down this Wednesday, August the 10th, and I've got 3 expert handicappers with me today to tell us whether the 4 games we're talking about are going over or under the total. Before we get this party started, everybody's got to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Very important. This is my 4th show today, okay? We keep them rolling all day long. You don't want to miss any of our free content that's going down. And you also don't want to miss the great deal offered to you by our sponsors, BetMGM. Up to $1,000 and a risk-free first bet for all new accounts. Just download that app and use the promo code MORNING, or you can check out the description of this video and click on the link. All right, all right. With me today, you guys are all in the positive. I love when that happens. Scott Steen, you're the king of the hill right now, 39, 33, and 2. How's it feel to be back in the Total Chaos ring?
It feels good. Feels good to be back. Missed a week, so I'm back to rock it again.
All right, all right. Scott Rice Show, you've got a record of... You what?
What a great panel to be joined with.
Yes, exactly. Scott Reichel, 39, 37, and 2. Reichel couldn't make it, but Lenny could, and he didn't last week. Do you think that's because he's afraid of you, Reichel?
I don't know if you flipped that or not, but I showed up. Lenny didn't. I don't know if that's what you were trying to say.
Oh, sorry. That's what I meant
think
to
you flipped
say.
it. But, yeah, I was here. So, I've been ready to go. Gave me an extra couple of games to look at for practice purposes, so I'm ready to go. Just to make sure I got the system down. No, I just picked some games and, I saw what I liked. But happy to be over 500 again. I believe the worst case scenario, I was down, I think, 10. But we rallied the troops. So we're back.
That's how we do it. Detroit Lenny, you rallied the troops. You're in the positive 17 and 16. No call, no show last week. A little nervous, maybe. You ran through Rossman at the Insider's Room. Took you 2 rounds. You challenged Rossman to a duel. You tied the first time. Second time you win it, then you challenge the Winners and Whiners boys to a duel. You ready
I'm
for
just
this?
here so I don't get fined.
Show up for it.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Next question.
All right, all right. Let's get this party started, y'all. We're going to start with Scott Steen. You're going to be up first. Remember, how this works is we're going to go over 4 baseball games that go down on Wednesday, August the 10th. These guys are going to tell me if they go over or under the total, and whoever gets the most correct comes back as the champ. We've got 2 reigning champs going up against each other right now. Scott Steen has the better record, so you're going to go first. It's the White Sox at the Royals. Cueto and Bubic. What do you got going on for me, Steen?
Hey, you know who's good all of a sudden? It's Johnny Cueto. He's having his best year since 2016. He's got a sub-3 ERA, sub-1.2 whip. In his 14 starts, the under's cashed 9 times, and he has been really good on the road. 2.00 ERA, 1.13 on the whip. Of course, Bubic is a lefty. You think of the White Sox, you think of a team that mashes lefties. Guess what? You're living in the past, baby. They average about 4.3 runs per game against lefties. That's worse than they do against righties. Their winning percentage against lefties, .515. 17th in the league, 22 homers. That's 25th. And the White Sox, they are scuffling at the plate right now. I know we got a doubleheader going on now. I believe they've scored 1 run so far, and they've averaged just 3.6 in their last 10. And 17 of those 36 runs came in just 2 games. The under has gone 6-3-1. Bubic is fine. He's been an absolute average major league pitcher, maybe even a little better over the last couple months. 7 starts, 3.25 ERA. He's going deeper in the games, and that's what's important when you have a bullpen as shitty as the Royals. He's averaging 6 innings per start over those last 7 versus just 3.7 innings per start in his first 10. I like the under here. Gimme.
Under it is. Scott Well, actually, it should be Detroit Lenny is up next, I believe. No, Scott Reichel's up next, huh? Anyway, now it's Lenny. What do you got?
So
Sorry.
What he said, I'm taking the under for every reason he said it. I'll be 100% honest with you. Johnny Cueto, however you say his name, he's dealing on the mound. He is dealing. Kansas City, as long as with Bubic, with the boob going longer, keep the bullpen out of this. This stays under. 9's way too high for me. I would have took it under 8. I would have, honestly. I like this. I like this just to go under. I don't have as much fancy stats as Scott Steen, but he's 100% right.
All right, Raichel, are you with them? Are you getting in the car?
I'm going with the under as well. We mentioned everything about Cueto. I am going to mention stuff about Bubic because his last 5 starts, 31 and 2/3 innings pitched, 2.84 ERA. And if you want to actually look at some trends, the under is 10-2 in the last 12 meetings in Kansas City. Might be 11-2 because right now they're on pace for the under in the 8th inning right now. But based on how well Bubic has pitched lately, Cueto's pitched very well on the road, as Scott said before. And based on the trends, I'm going with the under. I think this game probably should finish around 6 or 7.
All right, all right. So up next on our list, sorry, my little thing just got to me there. Bam. Rangers are at the Astros, and it's a 7.5 with Otto and Verlander. I know you and I share a love for Verlander. He's played for both of our teams.
Yeah.
What's happening? What's JV doing? Over or under?
Listen, JV's dealing. That's what Justin's doing. I mean, he's rocking a 7-1 record with a sub-2 ERA, 1.93. His WHIP 1.7. Or I'm sorry, he's got a 1.7 ERA. He's 15-3. He's got 127 strikeouts. He's dealing this year. At home, he's 7-1. I like him to do his part of this, but as far as Glenn Otto goes, I don't trust him he's just a trash can. I'm sorry to say that to you, Texas Ranger fans. So I'm going to go over. Long story short, I'm going over, and it's because I think the Astros get after the Rangers tomorrow.
Raichel, what are your thoughts?
So this was one of the tougher ones because it comes down to Verlander's probably going to do Verlander things, and Otto is going to struggle, which is usually kind of exactly what Detroit Lenny said. I'm going to go with the under, though, because Verlander's numbers, I know that, well, Lenny mentioned some of them, but I got to go through the recent numbers because they're Bob Gibson-ish. Last 7 starts, 47 and 2/3 innings pitched, 0.76 ERA. I don't even know what to say anymore about how good he is. Meanwhile, Otto is pitching. He hasn't been great. However, 2 starts against Houston this season, he's actually been okay. 10 and 1/3 innings pitched, 3.48 ERA. So maybe he could keep the Astros somewhat in check to some degree. I think if Houston scores 5, this game should still probably go under anyway. But if you want to go through some trends, the under is 10-1 in the last 11 meetings. I think the number's where it should be, but I don't think that Texas is going to contribute much or at all. So for me, I'm going to go with the under.
All right. Scott Steen, you are the tiebreaker, my friend. What do you got on this?
I think they're both right. I really do. This was a tough one. And here's the deal. Texas is likely to not score more than 2 runs. And why do I say that? Well, because no team has scored more than 2 runs against the Astros with Verlander on the mound since June the 11th. So put the Rangers down for 2. So then the question becomes, can you get 6 against Otto and the Rangers? Maybe.
You could. Yeah, it's
maybe.
tough.
Yeah, it's right there. This is hard. This one.
I would rather play. I know it's not our favorite bet show. It's Total Chaos. I know my favorite play on this is going to be Texas team total under. For this one, I'm going to go with Raichel and lean to the under. This is really 2 deciding factors to me. The under is hit in 7 of Houston's last 8, and the under is hit in 16 of Verlander's 20 starts. Those are 2 pretty good tiebreakers for me. I'll lean under.
All right. Well, then I'm going to be on Detroit Lenny's side because we're best friends, and that's how it works. Okay. We're on Team JV.
Does this mean you're picking
okay,
now?
so Cardinals are at the Rockies. The number on that one is 11. Quintana, lefty. Freeland's a lefty. Scott Raichel is up first. What do you got on it?
It's always tricky to take an under in Coors, but I'm actually going to do it. Quintana, last 3 starts, he's been incredible. Now, of course, this isn't Coors Field, so we'll see how it blows up in my face. But the last 3 starts, 18 and 2/3 innings pitched, 1 total run allowed. He's been incredible. And Freeland has quietly put together some nice starts. Last 3 starts, 18 and 2/3 innings pitched, 2.41 ERA. And the under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Colorado. I am aware the Cardinals have been knocking the cover off the ball lately, but Freeland's been pretty good lately. Quintana's been good lately. If one of these pitchers shows up, I think the game's going to go under. So I'm going to take the under.
Okay, that's how we're playing it. Scott Steen, what do you think?
Yeah, that is the thing about Colorado. You see the high totals there, and it generally means both teams are going to have to contribute. You're probably going to have to get 4 out of one of those 2 teams, and out of both of those teams, rather. And I'm not positive that that's what's going to happen here in this game. I'm curious to see how Quintana pitches. at Coors. Like Scott said, he's been amazing his last 2 starts as a Pirate, and then his first start, of course, for the Cardinals, gave up just 1 run in that one.
I looked it up. He's not good in Coors. He's got like a 5+ career ERA in Coors, which is why it was kind of tricky, but I went with the current form.
Yeah, I'm with you. And we rode Freeland last time to a win against San Diego in his last start. That was a nice plus 225 hit. However, we rode it mainly because of his home road splits and faded Joe Musgrove. His home road splits are atrocious, but he has been better lately, and he's been better at home. Again, this is kind of a tough one, but I'm going to go with the under as well.
Okay, Detroit Lenny, are you getting in the car?
I mean, you know my deal here. What's my limit?
10 and a half now because you rethought it.
10 and I don't know how to do the half, whatever. But yeah, well, for every reasons that these 2 expert handicappers just mentioned, I'm in the same bus as them. I'm going under. In Coors Field, you always see that higher number, but I just can't get to. I just need one of them to really show up, and we're good on the under here. So I like this under. I like it. That's all I got.
I like it. Okay.
I mean,
well said.
I don't want to keep repeating the same stats that these guys said because they're right. They're 100% right.
You just let them know when they're wrong. Okay. How about that?
Good. I'm just gonna sit here.
Exactly. All right. So last one for the round. We've got Pirates at the Diamondbacks, and it's an 8.5 with Keller and Bumgarner. Scott Steen, you are up again. What do you say?
Oh, good times. Good times. Anything with the Pirates involved, you got to love it. Keller, he was awful first part of the season, pretty much an auto fade.
About 4 years.
What's that?
About 4 years he was awful, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'd like to see the stats on if you just faded the Keller boys, if you'd have faded Mitch and Brad over the last 4 seasons. I think that would have probably worked out okay for you. But he's been actually good over his last 5 starts, 174 ERA, 109 whip. The games, those 5 games have averaged just 4.6 runs per game. These teams have played 4 games so far this season. 3 of them have landed exactly 3. The other one was a game where Brubaker and the Diamondbacks bullpen puked on their shoes. I think we get enough out of both of these starters to keep it under 8.5. You all right?
Oh my God, Letty.
What did I do?
I have been reminded of the Detroit Tiger pitcher puking on the mound since it happened. Jeez, that was an almost adulting gem right there.
It was good TV.
What do you got on this? 8.5 over or under?
I'm taking the under as well.
What does that mean? He was a rookie.
Right?
He was nervous.
It was his first call up.
Moment.
He got the yips. You know what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
He got the yaks is what he got.
He was dealing. He was
and
doing
did that
well.
happen twice last year? Like it wasn't a one-time thing. Like someone else did it.
It was a win-win. He was dealing and he lost weight.
The very next day, he was shipped down to Toledo. Okay, he was pitching for the Mud Hens. But I mean,
you got to go.
It was hot. It was humidity. There was a fly buzzing around his head. He had a corn dog before the game. Flint, Michigan water. I don't know. Okay, it happened.
I'm out of town. I couldn't get a cab. I swear to God.
I don't know. It just happened. I'm taking this under though. Mitch Keller has been pitching well lately, and I'm not Madison Bumgarner. Man, I want to be a fan. I want to be a fan of this Diamondbacks team. Every time I seem to get on them, I'm on the wrong side of them, though. So they've been kind of like a stay-off team for me all year. But himself, though, I mean, I kind of like this game to go under. Honestly, I like it to land right at 8 for bonus points.
Well, it's 8.5 is the number.
I know. I'm taking it under, but I'm calling my score.
Sticking the landing right there.
Right there.
All right. I'll make a note of it. I will make a note of it.
Dude, are you just a masochist? I'm a Tigers fan. I really want to get behind.
I do. I like what this Diamondbacks team is doing. I mean, I think they can.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Sure, I'm a Lions fan, but I've been taking a long look at this.
Tell us what they're doing.
The Diamondbacks?
You don't know. You just
they're losing. That's what they're doing. They're losing.
You just said you can't get it
won
right.
last night. They hit me a 3-teamer last night. So
I like them
shout
last
out to
night.
the Diamondbacks being on my Christmas card list this year.
Yeah,
when you're playing the Pirates, that's a pretty solid bet.
They scored no runs against Beatty, but they ended up covering. But anyway, I'm actually going to disagree. I know that based on current form, Keller has tended towards the under, but might just be personal bias. I just think he's a bad pitcher. I'm going with the over. I don't trust either starter in this one. Keller has been okay recently, but at night he's not been particularly good all season long. 60 and 1/3 innings pitched, 4.92 ERA. And we said Keller's been good lately. Bumgarner, not so much. Last 4 starts, 24 and 2/3 innings pitched, 5.11 ERA. He keeps making news for yelling at batters not running out of the box because he gives up a bunch of home runs. So he's got a lot of chances to see them, stare down their home runs. But if you want to go through some trends, the over is 8-3 in the last 11 meetings in Arizona. I think both bullpens are especially atrocious. So even if the starters are okay, you automatically win at 4-4. I think both teams have a shot to get to 4 runs apiece. So for me, I'm going to go with the over. I think Bumgarner's going to struggle. I think Keller might be okay, but I think the bullpens might get us over. I'm going to go with the over.
All right. And that's a round, ladies and gentlemen. That's a round. Now, sit tight. We are going to do a recap. But first, before we recap that part of the show, I've got to recap that first part of the show when I told you guys all to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. So let's do that. And then remember, download the BetMGM app onto your phone and use the promo code MORNING. It's up to $1,000 in a risk-free first bet for all new accounts. So hook yourself up with that. You can also check out the description of this video and click on the link. That will also get you to BetMGM. Let's meet the cappers. You can find out where you can find out about them. Winners and Whiners crew. Scott Steen, last week's champ. Tell the people all about who you are and what you do.
Well, I am Scott Steen, the Steen Roller. If you watch my daily videos, I still do daily videos on the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel. Give out my favorite plays, and we're working on a special project right now.
It's classified.
It's classified, but it's going to be it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really starting to get into it here these couple of weeks, and it will premiere on the Winners and Whiners YouTube channel on September the 8th. It is like nothing you have ever seen before, I promise.
I'm thrilled about this. All right, and Scott Reichel, who are you? Where can we find you?
So you can find me on Twitter at Rice Show Radio. Besides that, still doing my free picks every day on the Winners and Whiners YouTube page. And I'm also the co-host of the Just Parlay Show on the Max Wagers Network with Chris King. So keep him busy. Other than that, though, looking forward to betting some preseason football later this week. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes, it's about that time. My football guru is here, Detroit Lenny. Who are you? What are you about?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm taking the Lions on Friday against Atlanta. That's what I'm doing. I am co-hosting with this beautiful woman right here, Morning Wood, Mondays through Friday. Running a show with 2 guys that look to get like each other on Game Time Decision, Nick and Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. And I listen, if you're on Picks and Parlays of the Max Wager Network and you don't know who I am, you should ask somebody. I'm all over the place there. That's all I got to say about that. Good luck to you. Good luck to these guys because they're against me.
Enjoy Hard Knocks tonight.
I'm going to.
Enjoy your Hard Knocks. Also follow Picks and Parlays on TikTok. Lenny and Craig Trapp are dominating the free picks on TikTok. So if you're that kind of person, get
TikTok
on it.
Sensation.
Lenny is a budding TikTok sensation. Everybody knows that. Okay, so let's get this party started. Let's get the recap started. We're going to wind the party down. Y'all don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, okay? Here's how it's going to roll. Dun, 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 dun. White Sox are at the Royals. The number is 9. Everybody takes it under. Rangers and Astros is a 7.5. Detroit Lenny goes over, but the Scots say it's going under. Cardinals at the Rockies, it's 11. We all agree it goes under. Pirates, Diamondbacks, 8.5. Steen is under. Detroit Lenny's under, but Scott Reichel says it goes over. Squad bets of the day, the consensus picks were the White Sox under 9 and the Cardinals under 11. And that is how we're playing this round of Total Chaos. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And like I always say, may the best capper